Naimbaga bigat, guys, which of course is Ilocano, which translates roughly to "What's up, my fam? It's your boy Kurt." It's not a direct translation, guys. I'm here in beautiful Agoo, La Union, which is about a 3.5-hour drive north of Manila. And this is a very special trip for me because I used to live here in Agoo 23 years ago as a young 19-year-old missionary. And this is my first time back. And it's kind of bittersweet because I got here yesterday and I've got my scoot and I was riding around the town really excited to kind of go down memory lane, because you guys know how, like, you know, seeing something familiar can trigger memories that you have. And I have a lot of memories here and a lot of memories that I don't remember, but they're in there somewhere. And so I was really excited to drive around the town, see old things that I recognize and remember, you know, memories that I may have forgotten. And well, it's kind of sad. The city has undergone so much change in the last 23 years since I was last here that I don't really recognize anything. It was kind of depressing. Yesterday, I drove around for about an hour and a half. I looked for my old house that I lived in. I had a rough idea of where it is in the city, and I drove around for about 30 minutes trying to find it, and it's gone. The little house was either torn down and reconstructed, or other houses were built right next to it or on top of it, but I couldn't find it, and it's just really kind of sad. The only thing that I did recognize was the Catholic Basilica here, which is, you guys will see in the next couple of videos, because we're here for a few days vlogging. I'm going to show you the sights, I'm going to show you the sounds. We're at the beach right now, which I also don't recognize because at some point in the last 23 years they've used, I forget what these are called in English, but it's basically where you create a berm. None of this was here 20-something years ago, and I just passed through a barangay that was completely full of, you know, little bahay kubo, bamboo houses that fishermen have used or built up. None of this was here. This was just the ocean front, and it's been built up so much. I think because of hurricane. What's the name of the hurricane that came through here in like 2018? Typhoon Otien? I can't remember the name. But basically in 2018 or 2019, they had a huge typhoon come here through northern Luzon, destroyed so much infrastructure. And so I think they used that opportunity to kind of build everything up. But like, when I lived here, this main road here along the beach, this didn't exist. The beach was kind of just like a poorly built dirt road, or poorly maintained dirt road. So this entire road was not here. It didn't exist. None of this was here. So it's kind of, I'm kind of sad, you guys. I don't recognize anything anymore, and I was really excited to kind of have all of these beautiful memories of my time here in Agoo as a young missionary. I was really excited to have stuff re-triggered, and but yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, none of this was here, and you guys will see as we get further into town. It's a completely different city, so I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about it. It's kind of it's kind of depressing. It's kind of sad. But yeah, none of this was here. None of this built up berm area was here. So hey guys, welcome to Agoo. We're on our way right now to go get some food. So let's jump on the scooter and let's go drive around the town. I'm excited to show you guys my old stomping grounds. Hopefully, as I meander through the city over the next couple of days shooting vlogs, I hope that my memories come back, because I have just really beautiful, beautiful memories of living here. And I walked every square inch of this city for 7 months straight. My companion and I, every single day, we would walk miles and miles and miles. So I thought I was like really familiar, but anyway, let's go eat, guys. Kain tayo. Naimbaga bigat kati kayo amin. Andito pa si Leia? Ito po siya!
Yes! Ako
Ay! Kayo po si Leia mismo. So anong meron nyo itong umaga?
Meron kaming pansit.
May pansit, palabok, turon, lumpia. Siguro sa akin, pwede kong subukan. Siguro pwede kong subukan yung pansit at saka yung palabok.
Okay.
Okay ba yun?
Pwede kayong kumain dyan.
Oo, dito na lang ako. Alright guys, so let's try this. The palabok ni Ate Leia. At saka yung pansit ni Ate Leia. And then we got one freaking huge banana. Okay guys, so I'm excited for this. This is my first meal back in Agoo, my old stomping ground. All right, let's try this pansit. That's good pancit. It's just completely changed. I don't know if I don't know if I should feel sad about it or like happy that there's development and, you know, economic growth, but like I don't know how to feel about it because like I have so many memories of this place and I was really excited to have those memories kind of like reinvigorated, recharged by seeing. It's kind of sad though, guys. I won't lie, I do feel sad about it. Let's try this palabok. If you guys don't know palabok, guys, how do I explain palabok to someone who doesn't? It's like it's a noodle. How would you even describe this? Basta masarap siya, naimas. So the house that I lived in, guys, was a simple house, one bedroom, kitchen, CR, and like a little tiny sala, like a little living room. It was me and my companion, Elder Stark. Agoo was my second area that I lived in. My first area was Abra, Benguet, and La Paz. This was my second area that I lived in. And one night, I've never told this story before. This is the first time any of you are gonna hear this story. I was in the CR doing my business at the end of the day. So we usually would get home as missionaries around 9 p.m. That was our curfew. And from 9 to 10 p.m., we can use it for whatever we want. We can write letters, we can read, we can listen to music, anything we want until we get ready for bed. Anyway, so I'm in the CR doing my business and there's a window above me right here. Imagine I'm on the toilet. There's a window above me. And outside of the house, there's rocks, right? It's like a dirt path. I hear rocks rustling outside underneath the window. And I'm like, and I look up and I see, if this is the edge of the window, I see little hands like this, like trying to like pull themselves up to look in. And mind you, at this point, I'm only about 8 months out of military training, out of Marine Corps boot camp, Marine Corps infantry. So I get up and I go to my companion, Elder Stark, who's writing something down in the room. And I go, Elder Stark, we're in trouble. And he goes, Elder Harris, I don't have time for this. And I go, Elder Stark, there's someone outside. And he looks at me and he goes, what do we do? And so being a weird young 19-year-old missionary that just finished Marine Corps training, I brought with me in my suitcase a Marine K-bar, K-A-B-A-R. That's a Marine Corps issued knife that we train with. So I get my K-bar, I tell Elder Stark to go out the front door because the house that we were living in was on a concrete path right in front of a canal. So we didn't have anybody on the other side, it's just bukid. So it's just our house, concrete pathway. And in our house, we had a neighbor next door that would create, so the neighbor's building created like a 4-foot wide like path between their house and our house. So I told Elder Stark, I said, go out the front door that goes to the concrete pathway. I'll go out the side door, which is on the same side of the house that the CR is on. So we were gonna do a pincer move. So here's the guy outside. Elder Stark's gonna go out the front door. That's gonna make the guy probably go this way, and I'm gonna come out the side door and catch him. So Elder Stark, and I told him to make noise when he goes out, like make noise, you know, slam the door. Whatever you're gonna scare this guy. Because I thought somebody was trying to break in the house. I didn't know what to expect. So he goes out the front door, I go out the side door. And if this is the knife, I'm holding the knife like this, how we're trained to hold it, with the sharp end down this way, because you can punch, jab, stab. You can do a lot of attacks like that. So I'm holding the knife like this. I run out the side door, and I'm looking around. There's nobody there. So I go to the front of the house, well, Elder Stark is, and I see like 3 or 4 kids, like teenagers, running down the concrete path. So I thought that was them. I thought maybe they were just playing a joke. They wanted to see the Americans. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, it's over. So I go to walk back inside the side door, and imagine that this table is the pathway. Here's the other house, here's our house, and here's the dirt path. At the corner, so where the other house, our next door neighbor, where their house has the corner right here, I heard some rustling. I heard something. And I go, oh crap, there's somebody there. So I get up, this is the pathway, so I stand here against the wall of the other house, and I'm moving towards the corner. And right before I get to the corner, I see a little head start to poke out from around the corner to see if anyone's there. So right before he pokes his head out, I take my free hand, I grab the hair. And of course, again, I don't know who this person is. I don't know what their intent is. So I'm just running on adrenaline right now. So I pull his hair and I slam him up against the wall and I put the knife against his throat and I'm screaming, "Sino ka? Sino ka?" And he responds, "Ah, my name's Joseph. I'm a Protestant." I can't remember if his name was Joseph or not, but he screamed his name in a very high-pitched shriek and said, "Ah, my name's Joseph. I'm a Protestant." And I'm like, what the, like, I was ready to, like, you know, dispatch this person. Of course, I overreacted. But you know, at the same time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what his intent was. I didn't know if he had a knife or a gun, or like if he was trying to rob us or what. So I grab his jersey, he's wearing a jersey, and I bring him inside and I sit him down at the kitchen table. And he's a smaller kid, and he was probably like 16 or 17 years old. And we sit him down, and Elder Stark starts interrogating him. Not really interrogating him. He was very, very polite. He got the kid a water because the kid was hyperventilating. It was like a good cop, bad cop. I was sitting there on the other side of the table just like fuming, just like my adrenaline's rushing. I'm pissed off because I didn't know what this kid was doing. And Elder Stark is a much more level-headed guy. He's been on the mission for a year and a half. I was going to be his last companion. On the mission, we would call that sending somebody home. So I was going to send him home because he was done with his 2 years. So he was very much more level-headed, much more fluent. I was just asking this kid, like, what are you doing here? And ultimately, Randy, that was a kid's name. My name's Randy. He's like, ako si Randy. I'm a Protestant. That's so funny. So apparently Randy was gay, was gay, and he was trying to get a sneak peek at the puting tao sa loob ng CR. So he was trying to get himself a little bit of a sneak silip lang at the Americans while they were showering. But he wasn't tall enough to reach up to the window. So his friends were helping lift him, and that was what the rustling of the rocks I heard was. And so anyway, that's the story. The one and only time I used my K-bar here in the Philippines was with Randy. All right, let's try this banana Q, guys. Banana Q, guys. Oh, it's a big banana Q. Banana Q is saging. That's caramelized. Oh, that's so good. It's so weird being here. I'm like, this medical center, I just realized I've been here before, but none of this was here. None of this like food, none of this was here. It was just a road. And like, I lived in Agoo during the rainy season. And so it was always flooded, always my baha. So now they have a drainage system because it was like for weeks at a time, it would be flooded here during the rainy season. The water would come up from the ocean. And it's like I said at the beginning of the vlog, all of that ocean that I showed you guys, none of those protective berms, I think they're called, none of that was there. That concrete road wasn't there. It was just the beach. So it's like, it's good. Like, it's good that they're improving the infrastructure. There's no more flooding, I don't think, at least not too bad. But it's just crazy coming back after 20-something years of not being here and seeing the contrast. And I won't lie, it makes me a little sad. It makes me feel, I don't know, kind of like all of the memories that I had of this place that were like stored in my brain that I wasn't actively recalling. It makes me feel like all of those memories are kind of gone now, because like I was hoping that seeing familiar buildings and landmarks here would, you know, like spark the memories, and now it's changed so much. I just don't think that I'm gonna ever like access those memories again. This is a depressing vlog. At least Ate Leah's banana Q is really good. I'm really considering, guys, so what's happening now in my life. I haven't spoken to you guys in about 2 weeks, because what we're doing now here on the Kuya Kurt channel, I live in Manila. I have an Airbnb. I gotta find an apartment. I've been living in Airbnbs for the last 3 months. But what I do is I stay in Manila, and every 2 weeks, I take a 4 to 5 day trip somewhere. Like Agoo, Boracay, Baliwag. And I stay in those areas for 4 to 5 days, and I film breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I do vlogs, and I go around and I make content, and I talk to people. And that allows me to have a daily upload for you guys, but in different locations, which is what I'm really excited to do. I'm really excited to travel around the Philippines. So we're planning on going to Pampanga, the cuisine capital of the culinary capital of the Philippines. We're gonna go to Baguio. We're gonna go to Pagudpud, which is the furthest north part of northern Luzon. We're gonna go to Davao. We're gonna go to Palawan. We're gonna go all over the place, guys. I'm super, super excited. So that's what I've been doing. So I haven't spoken to you guys for about 2 weeks because the last time that I was vlogging was in Baliwag. And if you're just watching this video, hopefully you have finished all of the Baliwag videos. So I'm gonna be here in Agoo for the next 4 days, vlogging my adventures, talking with you guys. But that's what I was gonna say. Coming back here to Agoo, I get a little emotional talking about it because, as you guys know, I don't practice the religion that I was raised in anymore. I haven't for about 10 years. It's my own personal choice. But I have such strong and wonderful memories of my time as a missionary. So even though I don't practice the religion anymore, I really value the time that I spent here in the Philippines and the memories that I made, the relationships that I formed. And so coming back to Agoo and hearing people speak Ilocano, as I went for a run this morning, and on the way back, I walked probably the last kilometer to cool down, and I would hear people outside their houses speaking Ilocano, and it kind of got me a little emotional because it just reminded me of, you know, walking as a young kid. It reminded me of walking as a young kid, just 19 years old, clueless about the world, you know, yung kasabihan namin sa English is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I don't know where that saying comes from, but it just means you're just a very optimistic person with a positive outlook on life. I was just such a young kid, and coming to the Philippines was such a stark contrast from everything that I knew. But living here, living among the people, practicing my language skills every single day, you adapt very quickly, and hearing Ilocano just kind of feels comforting, even though I've forgotten a lot of my Ilocano. I used to be like conversational. I could carry on a minimal conversation in Ilocano, and I've lost all but just a few phrases. So hearing Ilocano, I don't know, it just gives me this feeling of like being at home or being back in an area where you just feel safe and welcome and accepted, which is how I felt as a missionary. I felt warm, the warm embrace of the locals, and I just feel accepted. So I don't know, guys. I feel like vlogging right now as a 43-year-old is much different than vlogging if I was like 20-something years old, because when I was 20-something years old, like, I mean, that's just biology. When you're a 20-something-year-old, you're just full of just like energy and vigor. You're kind of cocky because you have to be. As a 20-year-old, you have to like prove yourself to the world. And then when you get older, you kind of become more comfortable with yourself. You stop caring what other people think, which is exactly why I started vlogging, because my whole life I was afraid of doing content as a career because I thought, you know, it's not a real job. You know, I have a master's degree that I need to use my master's degree. And when I got into my 40s, I was just like, who cares? Like, you have one life. Live the life you want to live. And that's why I'm vlogging, because I like vlogging. I like doing content. I like being in front of the camera. I'm a middle child. So anyway, being here back in Agoo just reminds me of like that beautiful time of my life, that beautiful carefree time as a 19-year-old kid, wandering around the Philippines, trying to learn a new language, trying to share something that I cared very much about. And it's a time of my life where I just developed like a very deep appreciation and love for Filipinos and Filipino culture. You hear from like Mormon missionaries when we're young kids, wherever we travel, you know, because it's expected as a Mormon for you to go and be a missionary for 2 years. It's kind of just part of our culture. And you hear from missionaries, wherever they go, they develop this love, this like unconditional love for the people that they are serving amongst. Like my brother Brady went to Russia for his mission, and he loves Russia. He loves the people, he loves the history, he loves the language. He got his undergraduate degree in Russian, so he's very, very fluent. My brother Pat went to Mexico, Veracruz, and he loves the Mexican people. You just develop this deep appreciation. So people always ask me, why did you choose to move to the Philippines? And there's several reasons, but one of the main reasons is that I love it here. It reminds me of a time of my life that I was much more innocent and naive, but I felt at home and I felt safe and I felt welcomed. Being raised in America where it's such harsh individualism, you're expected to have that pioneer spirit where it's just like push through all the challenges, don't ask for help, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And it's such a completely different mentality here in the Philippines where relationships are highly valued, family is highly valued. And it's just something that we don't get in American culture anymore. I don't know if we've ever had that in American culture. So anyway, that's why I decided to move to the Philippines, guys, because I freaking love it here. I get to travel and eat food for a living. I get to practice my language skills. I get to just fully envelop myself in a different culture, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and I am never gonna change it. I hope to be here forever. So, enough blathering on, guys. I'm surprised I didn't cry in this vlog. I'm guaranteed I'm gonna cry at least 1 or 2 times over the next 3 to 4 days. So you guys have to watch all the vlogs to see me cry like a little baby. Because I'm sure I'm gonna run into something or eat something that's gonna spark a memory. I'm just gonna fall apart on camera. This banana cue is so good. Okay, let's put some of this, let's put the palabok and the pancit in one container. I'm gonna take this back to my hotel, have this for a snack later. Take one more bite of this banana cue, and then we're gonna put the other banana cue in the box. Let's go see how much we owe, guys. Pay up. And of course, as always, because of you guys, we're gonna leave a nice tip for Ate Leah because she was so sweet. Just so you guys know, I want to be totally transparent on being a content creator because I think transparency and authenticity is, one, that's just how I want to live my life, but two, I think you guys deserve to know. If you guys watch this channel, if you watch the videos, you're basically providing revenue for me. So you guys are kind of like my customers. And the people that I have join me on my content, they're like my coworkers because they're joining in on the content. So the revenue that we make from the YouTube channel, the revenue that we get from Facebook stars, all of that stuff, that's the money I use to share with these hardworking business owners. And typically, we're at the point now where after, because I have a few people that are working with me on the vlog now, my location scout and culinary producer, Grachelle, who helps me find all of these wonderful locations and sets up a lot of my travel. Erwin, who does all of the editing, very masipag. We share revenue with them. So after all is said and done, after all of the costs are taken care of, we put 25% aside for taxes because I've got to pay taxes. Usually per video, we have anywhere from 750 to maybe like 1,500 pesos on top of the food cost to pay to the carinderias. And the channel is growing. I'm so thankful that all of you join me on this adventure, because the larger the channel grows, obviously the more views we get, the more revenue that is generated, the more we can share with these hardworking entrepreneurs and hardworking employees of local businesses. Because I honestly just don't care about money. As long as I have enough money to pay my bills and have a little bit of an emergency stash set aside for medical emergencies, if I crash the scooter, whatever. I don't care about the rest of it going. I really like the Mr. Beast mentality where you take whatever is earned from your content, you put it back into the content, and it's just this cycle that keeps growing and growing, which I love. So we usually have around 750 to 1,500 pesos to pay the businesses on every video. And it's getting a little bit to the point where I think we can comfortably start to leave 1,000 to 2,000 peso tips at each place we go to. And I'm very excited for the day when we're gonna be able to quadruple that, quintuple that, where we're gonna be able to leave 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 peso tips to these people because they're helping me create content. So they deserve to share in the proceeds. And that's why I don't heavily dislike, but I don't like how some content creators expect to be fed for free like they don't have to pay, and then on top of that, they monetize off of having people in their content. I don't believe in that. That's fine if you want to do it. For me though, I want to share the blessings. So super grateful to you guys to have the help that I have. So I think if you guys want to say in the comments how much of a tip we should leave, I'm gonna surprise Nanay with. You guys didn't see that. So let's go surprise Ate Lea with a nice tip. Magkano po yan sa akin, tatay?
95.
95? O sige. So tatay, meron akong 2,000 para sa inyo. Keep the change po.
Ay, wow.
So, sana all. So, galing sa mga follower ko yan. Kasi syempre, pinapanood nila yung videos ko at binabahagi ko yung revenue na yan sa inyo lahat. Sige, thank you, tatay. Sige. Ay, buenos dias también. Magaling ito mag-Espanyol. No problemo. It's so funny. As soon as I gave Tatay the money, the vendor right next to him goes, "Sana all," which is like in Tagalog, for those that don't speak, sana means like to hope for something, to hope or expect, and then all is ALL. It's English. So basically, it's a phrase that's like, oh, you know, you wish something for everyone, which is a fun phrase. I use it for everything. Anyway, guys, if you want to come visit Ate Lea, we're right here in the Agoo La Union Medical Park, and all of the restaurants are just like right here in this little daanan. So you can come and give it a try for yourselves and see if you like it. So palabok was good, pancit was good, banana Q was fantastic. So not really my normal breakfast items, but I'll take it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this first vlog of many here in Agoo La Union. I'm excited to bring you guys some vlogs. Hopefully I start to recognize some areas here and I can go down memory lane and share some more stories with you from my time as a missionary. I know a lot of people ask for stories as a missionary, and to be honest with you, I don't have tons of memories like just ready to go, because you know how it is with memories. Sometimes it takes a food or a smell or something you see to like spark a memory. So I'm still hoping that we can do that here, even though the city has changed so much. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the vlog. Sama kayo sa susunod. I'm so excited to explore Agoo and taste the local cuisine and chat with some people, practice my Ilocano. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsama sa vlog na ito. Sana magkita-kita tayo sa susunod na vlog. Hanggang sa panahon na yun, ako si Kuya Kurt. Kita-kits.